Nothing says fun to me like being stuck in a small metallic can underwater with the threat of imminent death surrounded by sweaty men. IronWolf Studios felt that this experience needed to be available to everyone, not just those that were born 70 years ago, and have created IronWolf VR, which is a somewhat simulatory, somewhat arcadey submarine game. Now, I say it's a mixture of simulator and arcade because there's quite a bit of depth in there. It is very slow paced and it does require planning, communication and quite a bit of patience. With that said though, everyone of course knows that real world submarine combat is about as exciting as watching a traffic light change at a rural country stop. The only excitement occurs when a lorry's brakes have failed and happens to drive into someone, but for most of the time, years on end, nothing at all happens. So what the developers done here is they've made things like the dials, a targeting map, the ability to actually aim, and the ability to use the gun on top of the submarine, which is some bizarre anti-aircraft gun, all very accessible and all very immediate. Also, the missions and objectives that are found in the single player mode, which you can also play in a co-op multiplayer mode, which is the preferred way to probably play the game, are designed to take under 30 minutes or so to play through, if not much shorter. Obviously, the game's currently an early access title, so we're not going to go too in-depth into this game and really pick it apart with a shovel, but the key things that stand out at the moment that are really nice, graphically, though it is quite minimal inside of the submarine, it feels really crisp, the texture really nicely done, the lighting is really nicely done, and it genuinely does feel like you're inside of a submarine, which is only helped by the fact that the game is a full room scale title with you walking around and going up to a door and pulling a lever on the door, which then teleports you to a next compartment. And in some ways, although this is nothing like budget cuts, it's another good example of where a game has taken a game device, a game mechanic and a game setting to justify the movement, to make it believable. So because a submarine is small, you're not generally expected to be walking around a football field's worth of space, and then when you go to open a door, you kind of feel as if you've just gone through it rather than I've just spontaneously teleported to another location. Needless to say, this game torpedoes you with immersion, achieving a fantastic sense of presence, and it for the most part will be very comfortable for people that suffer from motion sickness, with the only exception being when you go above the submarine whilst you're moving and all the waves are zooming past you. That I think might trigger a few people's motion sickness alarm bells, but other than that, really nice comfortable game to play in VR. In terms of the core gameplay, at the moment the bulk of it revolves around the difficulty of lining your submarine up for your torpedoes to be in range and able to hit targets without necessarily getting detected, and deciding if you want to be above the water to use the anti-aircraft gun, get better visibility, or travel faster, or under the water to take out other ships and other submersibles. Most of the enjoyment coming from the suspense of if you've been detected or not, but then also getting your plan executed and getting your teammate, if you're doing multiplayer, to actually follow through with things and work together as a team and get the end goal achieved. It's obviously an early access game at the moment, and there's a whole bunch of things that are clearly not finished. But at a basic level, where this really succeeds is that it's a really solid introduction to submarine warfare in a way that's accessible once you've gone through the tutorials, but is genuinely suspenseful, incredibly immersive, and really does take advantage of what virtual reality has to offer. But there you have it, that's our first look, first impressions of IronWolf VR, the submarine game. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, it's on the screen. Don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to have a nice cup of tea and enjoy it. I will see you in the next video we do very soon. Probably be streaming this in multiplayer soon as well on Twitch, so if you want to watch that, click our Twitch link in the video description. But until the next video, thanks for watching and goodbye everybody.